highly folded portion is called the cerebrum. Just behind the cerebrum, this other large structure here, is the cerebellum.
Where's this one? Cerebellum. This
The
one.
two portions of the cerebrum are divided by a groove here. This deep groove is called the great longitudinal fissure between the two hemispheres of the cerebrum. We have another fissure which divides the cerebrum from the cerebellum. So just this indentation here, this division line, this would be the transverse fissure.
Division line.
The cerebrum is divided up into lobes, the same way that you divide up the bones of the skull, and they're named in the same fashion. So we have a frontal lobe here on each side,
Frontal.
parietal lobe, sides of the cerebrum,
Oh, it's right
the
here.
temporal lobe, kind of stuck a little bit down underneath here,
Temporal lobe.
and the occipital lobe, which is the back portion of the cerebrum back there, being the occipital bone.
Occipital lobe.
There's also a central fissure, which is a little difficult to see on the sheep's brain. It's a structure which is pretty remarkable on a human brain, but on a sheep's brain it's kind of indefinite. But basically it's a dividing line between the frontal lobe and the parietal lobe. I think on this brain our central fissure would be right along in this groove, not as deep as the other fissures. This one from the outside, you can see the pons and the medulla. I'm going to flip the brain over here so we can see those structures on the lower portion here. And here's the inferior view of the sheep's brain right now.
It's the back.
The pons actually at this moment is partially covered by this flap of tissue right here, but these enlargements right here would be the region of the pons. And just behind it, this other enlargement area right here until it turns into the spinal cord and continues on out. This region would be the medulla oblongata. Okay, having located those external structures, we're now going to look at the internal structures. We're going to take a sagittal section, so you're going to cut your sheep's brain right down through the great longitudinal fissure, and you're going to continue your incision right through the cerebellum and down through the spinal cord so that we fold the brain open into two halves. When you make this cut, you want to do it with a minimum amount of back and forth sawing that you can possibly do. Try to make the cut just a nice, sharp, smooth cut, one single cut as you possibly can. I've got a brain here that we have already open, and we'll take a look at the insides of this.